Today, we're going to have a look at what's in my toolbox, and I'll be damned if I don't find someplace with a breeze to do it. Now that it's officially summer, my backyard is totally inhospitable. Although big tools like repair stands, large Allen key sets, truing stands, and presses always live right at home, 3/4 of my stuff fits in a portable toolbox. As a city dweller with limited space, it's perfect. Here you'll find the usual tools that everyone needs, like Allen keys, screwdrivers, and adjustable wrenches just in case. I also keep a few spare multi-tools on hand. For BMX repairs, I always have 2 ratchets with a 15mm, 17mm, and extension ready to go. These sockets fill in the voids when I need other sizes. Here's something that most of you should have: actual Torx bits. I know it's tempting to jam an Allen key in, but these are much easier. Since I do bring this box with me on certain occasions, I keep a hand pump in here for emergencies. There's always a floor pump in my car, so I rarely need this. I also have some very useful tools in here which most riders are missing. For instance, a utility scissor, which is great for unpacking new bikes, installing grip tape, and cutting valve stems out of inner tubes. You know, for ghetto tubeless installations. Somehow I end up using the scissors a lot. This rag is also really nice to have, and works much better than a paper towel. As you've seen, I have this scale which is actually designed for weighing fish. Until I started this channel, I didn't have a need to weigh anything, but I use it all the time now to compare the weight of bikes and components. Best $13 I ever spent. Here's a pipe cutter, which can be used on steel and aluminum tubes. It seems like the last thing we want to do these days is cut down our bars, but I have an obsessive-compulsive tendency to cut fork and seat tubes. This is way smaller and easier than a hacksaw. Some tools are only useful on older bikes, or Walmart bikes. I keep stuff like headset wrenches, spanners, and other such oddities on hand, since I do end up using them more often than you'd think. Although most pedals these days can be fastened with Allen keys, a pedal wrench is a must-have for BMX, kids bikes, and older mountain bikes. Usually a standard wrench will not be narrow enough for pedals. I also like the fact that it can turn a 15mm bolt in a pinch. Here's something I rarely use anymore: a set of tire levers. In my opinion, these Pedro levers are some of the best you can get. For stubborn road tires, they're a lifesaver, but all my mountain bikes can be serviced by hand now. Speaking of Pedros, this is the best crank puller I've ever owned. I bought this one when I got fed up with my cheap crank puller, and I've been quite satisfied with it. Another company I really like is Park Tool. Besides the fact that they make every bike tool in existence, they have a Tech Tuesday series starring Calvin Jones.
First, by cutting off the handlebars of a road bike, we can see inside, and now we see a large gap at the bottom. We see a very small gap at the top.
For anyone who wants to learn about bike repair, this is the most informative and entertaining way to do it. This suspension pump is a must-have for anyone with air suspension. A floor or hand pump will rarely, if ever, fit the valve on a shock, nor will it be capable or accurate enough to be used effectively. These pumps usually go well above 200 psi in tiny increments. This cutter will help you avoid fraying your cables and mashing your housings. When I was a kid, I was quite guilty of using random tools for cutting brake and gear cables, but this makes life so much easier. While performing these repairs, a cable puller or third hand will let you adjust the tension with one hand, leaving you free to operate a wrench with the other. When working at a shop as a teenager, I grew to really like this tool. If you ever need to replace or service a cassette, good luck getting it off without these. A whip helps you keep things in place while this cassette tool makes turning the cap possible. I've seen hacks for this on the internet, but these don't cost enough to justify the risk in my opinion. I have other tools in here like spoke wrenches, a brush, chain tool, master link tool, and even a cup remover. But let's stop for a second and pay homage to my absolute favorite tool in the world, the 3-way hex wrench. Anyone who owns one of these knows how ergonomic and awesome it is. Park Tool introduced this design before I was even born, and since then it has become a staple in every bike shop. So that's my little toolbox. I left a link below to a list of everything in the video. When you consider how huge an auto mechanic's work area is, it's pretty awesome that a home bike mechanic can fit almost everything they need under their kitchen sink. What's in your toolbox? Anything unique? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for riding with me today, and I'll see you next time.
Here. You gonna throw my backpack on it or something?
No, I think I got it. There we go.
Okay.